Hello all MAPC first year July 2023 and January 2024 batch students. Welcome to Samvedna Psyche. I am here to assist you in solving your assignments in MPC-003 Personality, Theories and Assessment. Let's tackle these assignments together and make sure you are well prepared for success. Expect nothing but detailed solutions and insightful guidance every step of the way. Without wasting time, let's begin. Before writing the answers, as always, do remember to include the title page and the question paper. Title page I have shared only in the first assignment solution. In case you need it again, do let me know. Question paper I have shared here. Before writing your answers, mention the subject with subject code, tutor marked assignment, course code and assignment code. Let's start with section A. Question 1. Discuss the role of psychological factors in personality development. So here you have to write the factors which are psychological factors which affect the personality development. While writing your answer, do remember to leave a left margin of 3 to 4 centimeters and a space of 3 to 5 lines after every answer. And wherever required, give headings and subheadings as I have given in my answers. So the first answer, the role of psychological factors. I am not going in detail of the answer. I will just show you how to frame the answer and what heading to include. And I'll scroll down slowly so that you can take the screenshot. So here I have discussed almost 7 important factors which affect personality development. First one is intellectual determinants. I have described it in detail. Next is emotional determinants, followed by excessive love and affection, disclosure, that is self-disclosure, aspiration, achievements, and lastly, goal setting. And after describing all, conclude your answer. Take care that your answer follows the word limit. I have framed all my answer according to the word limits of the question paper. Then question 2, define apperception and describe test related to apperception. So first of all, you have to define, and after that give a brief idea about how the term was initially introduced, and then apperception is of two types, empirical and transcendental, and then come to test related to apperception. There are 3 tests which I have included in the answer as per the study material. First is thematic apperception test. So you'll give the details of this test starting from how it was developed, what it consists of, how it is administered, how it is scored, everything in detail. So that is done in my answer. Then we move on to the second test, senior apperception test. Again here you have to follow the same thing, describing everything in detail about this test. And the last one is the children apperception test. This also you will describe in detail, giving all the information about the test. Then we move on to the next question of section A. Explain the purpose of interview method, discuss the strengths and limitations of interview method. So here we have to discuss 3 main headings: purpose, strengths and limitations. So I have done that way only. As you can see here, purpose of interview method, I have discussed the purpose in points, giving each point a heading to highlight that point. First one, information gathering, next communication, then goal achievement, followed by exploration and understanding and tailored approach. Then we move on to the strengths of interview method. Again, point-wise with heading. First one, rich data collection. Next, they are flexible and adaptive. Empathetic engagement. Holistic understanding. And therapeutic potential. Then weaknesses of interview method. Main concern is reliability and validity, subjectivity and the bias, potential for withholding or distorting information. These are time and resource intensive, and there are ethical considerations or concerns also. With this, section A is completed and we start section B from a new page. Question 4, that is the first question of section B, discuss the role of nature and nurture in personality development. So here we have to discuss both of them separately, and then what is the combined view or interactionist view. So in the first paragraph, we'll just give what is nature and what is nurture, a brief idea about them. In the second one, I have discussed about nature theory. And in the third one, the nurture theory. So this way, both of them are discussed. And then in the next one, the interactionist perspective, which combines both nurture and nature, or which says that both are equally responsible. So after discussing that, then you have to conclude your answer in 1 or 2 lines. Question 5, delineate the common characteristics and assumptions of behavioral assessment method. So there are various characteristics and assumptions which I have included in points with headings. You do follow the same thing, because giving the heading to points highlight your points. So the first one, they focus on behavior. Next, they do quantification of the behavior. They rely on trained and impartial observers, use empirically validated measures during the assessment. Errors are recognized and minimized in these assessment. They focus on environmental stimuli which influence the behavior. Information or data is collected from multiple sources. Emphasis of these assessment is on intervention tailored to individual needs. These assessments are continuous. Decision making is based on empirical data which is obtained from the individual as well as the environment. They focus on the individual and also consider the individual differences. And they focus on problem solving orientation and also on adaptive behavior. So this way, 14 points I have discussed, covering all the aspects of the assessment, characteristics and assumptions. Question 6, explain the salient features of Rogers' theory of personality. So here, the various features, again I have taken in points with headings. The first one, phenomenological perspective. You have to describe it briefly. Then the organism and self. Next, real and ideal self. Congruence and incongruence. Actualizing tendencies. Self-actualization. Development of self. And parental influence. So this way we cover up the whole theory by discussing these 8 features, and then you conclude your answer. Question 7, explain the key concept of Catell's theory of personality. Although the theory is too elaborated, but we have to cover all the features, so I have done that in points. Like the first one, social traits and surface traits, primary traits and 16 PF scale, ERGs and SEMs, fluid and crystallized intelligence, attitudes and dynamic lattice, predictive power and research methods, and lastly, genetic and environmental interaction. So all these cover all the important key components. Question 8. In the light of Horney's theory of personality, explain the concept of basic anxiety and neurotic needs. Although there are other concepts also, but only these two are asked, so we'll focus on this. So the first one, we'll discuss what is basic anxiety in detail, how it affects the children and everything. In detail you'll discuss, and then you come to neurotic needs. And then discuss even the type of neurotic needs and why these develop and all. So you will discuss both in detail but within the word limits. Section B is done here and we start section C from a new page. Here we have to write short notes of 50 words each. First one, nomothetic approach of personality. So it emphasizes the belief that personality traits are stable, hereditary and consistent across situations, and they minimizing the influence of the environment. So this way you have to discuss the whole thing. Next one, strengths of case study method. Here you have to mention the main strength of the case study methods. Then personification. These are mental images shaping our self-concept and perception of others, so that you have to discuss. Next, superego. So superego is one of the concept introduced by Freud, which is shaped by parental moral values. Types of functional autonomy. It is of two types, preservative and procreate. You have to discuss both of them. Then Ayurvedic body types. There are three types, Vata, Pitta and Kapha. You have to tell very briefly about these. Then Meyer-Briggs type indicator. This also you have to tell briefly what does it consist of and what it measures. Measures to avoid faking in personality inventory. To address this, we include the validity scales like MMPI or the filler items, so that you have to mention here. Then criterion related validity. Here you have to tell what is criterion related validity, that what it tests, that it actually predicts specific behaviors, and then you have to discuss the three types. Next one is extraversion and introversion. These are the personality traits that characterize individual social orientation and behavior, and then you have to tell about extroverts and introverts, what are their characteristics. So with this, we have completed this assignment solution. Thank you for tuning in and feel free to revisit these solutions whenever needed. Your likes and subscriptions are incredibly motivating and help me to continue creating content to support you on your academic journey. So kindly hit the like button and subscribe to stay updated with my latest videos. Until next time, take care and keep striving for success. Thank you.